This is Elle Jones of Los Angeles, California, representing Elevate Now Multimedia and Lifestyle Brand. You're listening to Spark 95.0 Radio with Qualities on the Tuesday Talk with Quality show, where entertainment, real talk, and inspiration collide. Stay tuned because you will be inspired, empowered, and ready to elevate.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. How you doing? Once again, you're tuning into Tuesday Talk with Qualities on the Spark 95.0 radio show. I would like to thank you once again. I think I'm gonna take it a little easy tonight. Not gonna go overboard. Well, I don't think I go overboard, but sometimes I can really get into it and really start expressing and stuff like that. But I think that I'm gonna really just take it easy, real laid back, tonight. Happy Valentine's Day to all the couples, to all the soon-to-be couples, and to all the single people. And don't let this day get you down. Don't just think this day is the most important day out the year, because it's not. We all feel good. We all would like, a gift, even if it's not on Valentine's Day, even just a text to say hello or a text to say goodnight. Your appreciation goes a long way. So, just in general, that's human nature. We all like to feel appreciated and accepted, no matter what the case is. So, I just give a shout outs to all the people, leading into this week. It's been strange weather around the world. I heard that it's going to be a few major snowstorms coming again. This will be like the 100th snowstorm in 2014 and in 2013. This whole winter season, it's incredible. Some people are saying it's a conspiracy. I won't go that far. I just can't think about stuff like that anymore. I used to get deep into stuff like that, but I kind of fell back because there's so many other things that I have to focus on till I can't, make that my main priority. So, and some people just saying it's not normal, it's global warming. To me, it's not. This is the first. Normally, my state will have like one big snowstorm and then that's it, or a big one and a small one, or a small one and no big one. But this winter season, we received about 4 major ones already, and it's another one coming. So let's not dwell on that because that put me in another mood because I'm burnt out with wearing, hats, scarves, and boots, all day. It just drains you sometimes. But thank you for tuning in into Tuesday Talk of Qualities every single Tuesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If the show would be canceled, then I would try to make that notice, but I try not to cancel. I try to make this, my job, my responsibility. When we look at talk shows and when we listen to FM and AM radio stations, and when we listen to certain programs, they don't be canceling. You just can't do that. And some things, if you're obligated to it or you're dedicated to it, then you have to know what comes with it. You know. So today's topic is um, having patience and understanding for your partner's past. Okay. Now, I didn't pick this topic, which I think is an excellent topic. Um, but once again, you know how I do every once in a while. If I get brain freeze or if I can't come up with a topic that I think is clever enough or entertaining enough, then I will ask my wonderful friends and followers on Qualities of a Good Man page on Facebook. That's an awesome page. Please like it. Please hit notification because what Facebook do is, when you get a certain amount of people, I think when I first started that page and I hit like 5,000, they started sending me notifications. Oh, do you want to pay for advertisement? And every time I say no, I'm not paying for advertisement. You know, if you do it the right way and you have something intriguing for the people, you don't need to pay for advertisement. Your product and what you present will work for itself. So I always said no. So many people that have pages on Facebook, that's doing similar things that I'm doing or whatever. I'm not talking about a profile page. I'm talking about a page. Um, what Facebook do is tend to block some of your followers so they can engage with you. So you have to hit that notification button on the right hand side. Um, when you hit like, you'll see the notification button. You have to make sure that's checked. So every time when something is posted, every time when I post something, you will see it in your news feed. And every time when your friend or your family member or coworker shares something, you will see it as well on their news feed. So that's very important. So you can also follow me on Twitter. Is QTSOF, a good man. So that's QT, capital Q, capital T, S of a good man. And that's the Facebook handle. Okay. Also, please follow this station. I really need your support with following this station. Only takes a second to create a simple file and then just follow me. What you do is the picture that you see, you just hit the follow button. It's going to ask you to open an account, and you don't have to be extreme with it like Twitter. I think it's easier than Instagram. It's like 3 things you have to fill in, and that's that. I really need that support because I can have 1 million people listen, but if enough people is not following me, then certain organizations and certain, especially Spreaker, they really don't feel that you have the audience, you know. Um, so I really thank you for the support. For my new listeners, for my old listeners, I really appreciate that. So I wanted to do this topic because dealing with somebody past, and you can use any type of phrase for it, dealing with it, understanding it, having patience, you know, whatever. But I felt that it was important and real uh, interesting because we all have a past. We all have a past, and no matter what type of past it is, you know, we all have a past. And when we meet somebody new, or we could be dealing with somebody that we been married to or in a relationship for years, 10, 20 years, whatever. But, we have to either in the beginning deal with their past. If you want to be with that person, if you really care for them, you have to accept their past. Now, how they deal with their past is something different. I'm gonna get into that, a little later how they deal with the past. But I think that it's something that's we all go through, and something that we can all learn from as well. You know. Now, when I talk about dealing with somebody's past, you know, um, we're not just talking about in relationships, because I think that this is so important, and I have brought this up several times, whether on certain episodes or on my blog. The most, I think the most important, well, one of the most important and past that we have to deal with, or have to have patience with, or appreciate and accept from the person that we're partner with, is their childhood. That's where it starts from. It starts from there. Okay. And when I mean childhood, having patience with their childhood, understanding their childhood, dealing with their childhood, helping them with their childhood and any past. I mean, this can range from, you know, um, their relationship with their mother, um, their relationship with their father. You know, some people hold resentment against their parents. You know, long time, for a long time. Okay, I know this person that, you know, they got medals and stripes. You know, um, got an MBA. Well, a PhD now, has a PhD now. Um, Great, great, is a professor. The whole world see this person as, wow, you're an achiever. You go out and you make it happen. But little do the people that don't know this person's personal life is that they suffer a lot because their their mother allowed um her husband, which was his stepfather, beat him and abuse him. And as he grew up, he took it out on her. He voiced it. He never hit her, but he voiced it, yelled at her. That he felt that it was her fault because she allowed it, and that wasn't his real father, and she just sat back and let it happen. To this day, that resentment is still there. So see, this is what I'm saying, and their partner actually sees this breakdown, see this outrage, this burst from time to time. So their partner have to deal with their past. They have to have patience with their past, because this stems from childhood, and that's something that we have to do when we meet somebody. We may not know everything right away. We may not know everything, some things may stay hidden under the rug, but the things that we do find out and the things that they do tell us, you know, what if it's good or bad, a learning experience for them. We have to just learn to be patient with them and not um, rehash. I don't want to go too far into the program, but we have to have patience with them when it comes to that. Um, Another thing dealing with childhood is um, an accident. You know, they could have suffered an accident when they was younger. You know, medical problems or something like that, and to this day, they still have that. So that's their past. You know, that's their past that you have to deal with. That's their past that you have to have patience with, and you have to accept it because it's part of them. You know, not everybody that's walking around that looks perfect is perfect. Some people have medical conditions. Some people have underlying medical conditions that they don't know about, and then one day it just go into um remission. I mean, it comes out of remission, and boom, they know that they have it when their partner find out that they have it. So it's a lot of past that we have to deal with. Just being human beings, we suck up a lot. We suck up a lot every day. From birth to now. So it's not something that you know that's that we can just push to the side. Some people handle it well, some people don't. And I'm gonna get into that later, how they handle their past. You know, um, another thing, that I know I speak to a lot of, you know, women in my past and now, and another thing that sometimes we have to deal with, if she's willing to tell um her partner, and this can go for men too. It's just not women; it goes for men too. I just don't know no man that experienced it, because I don't know a man is going to come forth and say this, but you know, um, molestation. You know, if a child's been touched, or um, a adolescent been touched, in a way that made them feel uncomfortable, that can also be traumatizing to them. So again, we have to deal with their past. We have to have patience with them, and we have to appreciate their past if we care about them and love them. You know, and see, I didn't even get into relationships yet. This is deeper than deep. This is deeper and goes way beyond relationships. I'm definitely going to get into the relationships and break down relationships. But I just want to show you that when you're dealing with somebody past and you appreciate their past, and you accept their past for who they are, you know, some of these things can be, underlined, um, that we don't know about. Some of these things can be things that we do know about, you know. So it's just a matter of, knowing, and I think that it's best that we do express certain things like that, but you have to do it in at the right time, um, you just can't everybody that you think that you're gonna be with, you just start telling them, your deepest, you know, um, secrets. Um, but it's something definitely um, that we definitely go to through. And I know I'm sound like I'm preoccupied. I'm just um I'm just doing a little bit of advertising. That's what I do from time to time. Still waiting for my assistants. When I get an assistant or another host to come on board and do this with me faithfully every Tuesday, that'll be awesome. But right now, I hold it down. It's no problem for me. So beyond that, another thing that can really traumatize, you know, um, people, I mean children at a young age, is if they lose somebody, a death of their mother, a death of their father, a death of their sibling, a death of a aunt. You know, not saying that they're gonna weep, every single night, but this is just something that that can touch them at certain times. Say for instance, like I dated somebody that their mother passed. So she was fine the whole year. But she got emotional around Mother's Day, and she got emotional when it was her mother's birthday. Those were the two times of the year that she really, just, she didn't break down and cry, but, if you know somebody, you could tell they mood swings and how they acting, the way, they go about stuff. So I know it really touched her at that moment, And I didn't like bring it up and say, "Oh yeah, I know you thinking about your mother." I didn't say nothing like that. I just hugged her. Try to buy her something. To cheer her up a little bit. Maybe cook dinner for her. I went the extra mile because I knew that this was an emotional um day or period for her. So death can be something that we have to deal with. We have to have patience with, and we have to accept and appreciate from our partner, as well. Um, and so let me just recap this show. The show is about having patience and understanding for your partner. It could be somebody you're dating, somebody you're in a relationship with, your husband, your wife, you know, um, just understanding that. And, and how to cope with them. That was the word I was looking for, cope. Yeah. I wanted to use that word early on in the show, but I got it now. So I'll probably say cope a few more times. Yeah, I was looking for that one. Um, but it's something that we all have to understand, appreciate, and it's part of growing up. It's part of being human. You know, nobody's perfect, but you just try to make the best of it. Um, so that's the show. Please follow me, Spark 95.0 Radio. Please follow me so you can comment live, you can chat live. Also follow Qualities of a Good Man page on Facebook. Follow Qualities of a Good Man on Spreaker. Not Spreaker, sorry, on Twitter. On Twitter. And, it's every Tuesday, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I have the best topics, trust me. If you go back and you look in the archives, if you look in the archives of all of the shows that I've done, I think I have the most interesting topics. Um, but that's how it is. But yeah, but yeah. So I felt that um, once again, if you just tuning in, I got what you call it, thinker's block, brain freeze. So I couldn't come up with a topic. I came up with a few topics, but I felt that they wasn't catchy, intriguing. So like I do sometimes, I ask my great and wonderful followers and members on the Facebook page, and this happened to be the most mentioned um, topic. I mean, everybody said it in their own way, but after reading them, it all fell back to how do you deal with somebody past? How do you deal with his and her past? How do you accept somebody's past? And how do you, avoid them, excuse me, from redoing their past or, getting past their past? So I say, yeah, because I actually thought about this before, and I said, you know what? I said I should do that, but I just felt I didn't feel confident enough. To be honest, I'm keeping it real with you. You know, um, even I'm not, all that great. But yeah, I was like, that's cool. That's a cool topic because I know it's something that all of us is going through. All of us went through. All of us will go through. So I said, why not just build on this? And um, yeah. So that's what that was. You know. Um, so yeah. So that's um dealing with children. Also, um, I think failures. Sometimes, I don't know how to put this, but I know that sometimes, if people just feel like they just like nothing goes their way, you know, um, they just feel that, and that's the energy that they carry. Sometimes that can be an issue in a relationship too, because for the simple fact that, you know, they may feel like the relationship is not going to work. So why put in effort? They're waiting for something to happen. So this goes back to another show that I did about 2 weeks ago. People entering relationships with one foot in and one foot out the door. They're unsure, uncertain, so they're not going to put their all in it. And that's because they feel like all the other relationships didn't work, so this one is not going to work. I'm going to let me see what time it is. I was thinking about. Okay, I guess I'll do it now. I'm gonna read a chat. I'm gonna read a chat from Lakeisha. Lakeisha said, um, she said these thoughts are single people issues and should be resolved you become a mate. Before you become a mate to someone. Well, Lakeisha, I agree definitely, but what I would say on that is, um, what I would say on that, Keisha, and I really thank you for taking your time out to chat live on the show on Tuesday Talk of Qualities. But what I would say is that yes, that's true, but to a certain extent because it depends on the situations. Sometimes people can still leave their luggage at the door, but the memory sometimes is what haunts them. Or sometimes that say like okay, say for example, like if a female is married to a guy, or they in a long term relationship and not married, right? But say like her father was an alcoholic, or say that her ex boyfriend or her ex husband was an alcoholic, right? And they've been going together. She's with this new guy now. They've been together for like 5 years. And now she's starting to see that he has alcoholic patterns and traits. You know, Sometimes people pretend in the beginning. Sometimes they put on a facade. It's all about it impressing somebody, and not too many people go too far, but some people go to the extreme. And sometimes what you see in the beginning is not who the person really is. So I agree with you saying that it's single people issues, but a lot of times certain issues also fall in the category of marriage too, because marriages go through a lot of challenges. Sometimes it could be stressing. Say for instance, if you marry somebody, and then after you marry them, you find out that they have poor management skills, with saving money or spending money. Now, when you're dating a person and y'all dating, you really don't pick up on these things, especially if y'all not living together, you know. But, if here's another example. Say, like, you guys are living together and you guys are married, and, you just splurging, you're going to Cancun, you're going to Europe, you're going to Walt Disney, you're going hiking, skiing because it's just y'all two. Now, there you go. It's a bun in the oven. The woman's pregnant. Now, you have to get serious now. You can't spend the way that you used to. You just can't have whatever you want when you want it, because now it's a child coming on board. Now, your partner, it could be the female or the man. It could be either or. Now you find out that they have poor spending habits, So you already in a relationship. You're not single no more. So this is something that from having poor having poor um, management skills, money management skills. Now this is something that you have to deal with from your partner, but this is something that they had an issue with in their past. You know what I'm saying? So it depends on the individual and the individuals. I don't solely think that it has to do with if you're single or if you're married. I don't. It's yes, people should leave their luggage at the door, but sometimes luggage comes, you know, some luggage go in the under the plane, and sometimes people bring on the carry on it too, and you have to you know find a way to make it better. You know, you have to find a way to make it better, and so I'm going to take a quick commercial break, and when I come back, I'm going to read some more comments. Going to read some more um, uh, what do you call it? Chats. You know, don't go nowhere. You're listening to Tuesday Talk Qualities on Spark 95.0 Radio, powered by Spreaker. Don't go nowhere.
They say a man's home is his castle.
Maybe we can meet tomorrow. Maybe. Yeah.
Hey, man.
Can you hold on a second? Hi, Dad. Can I get $3?
We at Honda say that a man's car is his sanctuary. The all-new Honda CR-V.
Can't believe this happened. You know what I mean?
Hey, the game got leaked.
Take it easy, all right?
It wasn't me. We're ramping up our network security all around. It's technical stuff.
Yeah, as in we technically need to make sure every phone is at least up to the same security levels as a GS3 and Note 2.
I don't need to play games. I got game.
You don't got this game. Where'd you get that? I got it from Dave.
Dave.
When someone tells you to keep something on the DL, what do you think that means?
Works securely on the Galaxy Note 2 with safe technology.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, I'm back. You tune into Tuesday Talk with Qualities with Q on Spark 95.0 Radio. So, the topic of the discussion tonight is having patience and understanding for your partner past. And like I was saying, if you just tuning in, the past, I just rehashed on just the childhood part of your partner. Because some people, we can be cold-blooded, we can be misunderstanding, but, nobody's perfect. And some people really are still having issues with accepting their childhood and what happened, whether it's how their mother raised them, treated them, their father, a death in the family, a illness, a freak accident. The mind is a powerful thing, but also if the mind is traumatized, you really have to be a strong person to really, heal yourself mentally. So, yes, and happy Valentine's Day to all the ladies. Just remember that, it won't hurt, to buy your man a little something, but, if you don't want to buy him a little something, at least give him a little something. You know what I mean? Like, you have two options, but, just be that awesome girlfriend, be that awesome wife, and give him two things. Because in return, when you give him that second thing, he giving you two things too. He giving you something else too. So I'm not going to get into that because it's not midnight. It's not midnight love right now. I'll think about doing that, but I don't want people to know about my freaky side, so I'm going to keep it to myself. But yeah, so I'm back in the house. So Lakeisha left a chat, another chat. If you was listening, she left a chat before. She left another chat, and she says again, to me, this is an issue she could have worked on before she began to date, I say, why not get counseling? This was my situation. I dated someone who couldn't get past his past and to make it, and get past his past to make it. Sorry. If you carry the bricks from your past, relationships will end up building a sad house. So true. Then she chatted. But and but is that the responsibility of a new mate or person? I can understand the death of a person may become sad. However, constantly thinking someone should have to deal with your bags is unfair, and the relationship suffers because you haven't resolved your own issues. That's so true. That's 100%. I'm not going to even say that what you're saying is absurd or don't make sense. I'll definitely give you applause for that. You know, that makes 100% sense. But also, what about if that's not the case? You know, not flowers don't live forever. Everything is not pink. You know, every day is not sunny. So what I'm trying to say is that sometimes we will have to go through something that we know that it's not right, or we know that it's not good, but sometimes we are already in that moment, and we just have to. That's when we find out what we're gonna do. That's when we find out what we're gonna do. Are we gonna help the person, try to help the person, or are we find things out a little later, and then what we wanted to, and sometimes we just get jammed in situations. We get jammed in situations, and it's not good, it's not healthy, but I just think that it's something that we sometimes we go through and we don't want to go through it. We see family members go through it and we don't want them going through it, but it's life. It's life. So like how I talked about the childhood growing up, how you know um having patience, and I think by me saying deal, that's like saying like, oh, you just have to accept it and that's it, and you just you stuck. No, I don't mean deal like that, because a lot of times, you know, just like Lakeisha mentioned, a person should seek counseling. Some people do seek counseling, and I congratulate those people. I take my hat off to them because they know that they have an issue. Whether if it was an issue bestowed upon them, and they're the product of it, or something that happened and they're traumatized, but they was still man enough or woman enough to say, okay, this is not healthy for me. I know I wasn't the person who I was before I met this person. So I'm going to seek professional counseling and heal myself because it's about me. I understand those people, and I think that they're very strong people and very wise and intelligent people too, because they know themselves and they're not in denial. But then you have the people that can't find the strength. They blame themselves, or you have some people that think that there's nothing wrong with them at all. And I'm not going to get into those categories and break them down, but you have those issues too that could occur. But when I say deal with, I don't mean like you just have to accept it and that's it. You know, um, we all know sometimes when we date people, they would tell us about their past experience. What they've been through. We would hear how their ex was or how this was or whatever. And just for the people listening out there, don't become obsessive with talking about your past relationships with people because we all know, and I say it because I have to because I'm a radio personality. You know, we would like people will like listen because either the person is just communicating or they're venting. I hope they're not venting because then that means they haven't gotten past it. But they're communicating. But nobody wants to keep hearing about somebody ex, somebody that they had sex with, somebody that they once loved. At the end of the day, that's what it is. But you're just talking, expressing how you got hurt and stuff like that. So it's good to express it. Like I said, it's okay, but just don't keep doing it. Just don't keep talking about your ex all the time. Because, if you got to keep talking about your ex, then that means that you haven't gotten over them. Either you still hurt or you still in love. So just try to balance everything. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the relationship part. So when you in a relationship, when you meet somebody new, and you're liking them, you want to move forward. You like the show is about. You have to have patience with their past. You have to accept their past, and you have to understand their past. And one of the things when you meet somebody that whether if you're dating them, whether if you're married, whether if you marry them 10 years later or whatever, is if they have children. If you meet somebody and they have children, man or woman, that's their past. You have to accept that. If you care about them and you love them and you want a future with them, you have to accept their children. It's no around that, And you have some people out there, I'm quite sure we probably all know one or two, or known one or two. Some people won't date people with children that have children, But if you going to continue to be in a person's life and they have children, you have to accept their past. You have to deal with it. See, I was safe to be able to say that you have to deal with somebody's children because you do. If somebody have children and y'all dating, you have to learn. You have to learn that they're children. You have to learn the relationship with them and their children. Some of their past or whatever it could be. Whatever. You have to accept that. So that's when you meet somebody and children in a relationship. Another thing is, if a person has been abused, if they've been abused, physically, mentally, because you could be abused mentally, sometimes, it's you have to accept that. Sometimes what it is a person can get past their past, they can get over it, but say like if you have similar traits of their part of their ex or one of their ex, right? So say like, you're dating somebody and every time when they get upset, they want to hit something or bang something. If you was dating somebody that was aggressive like that, and this new person that you're dating or married, and you just see them like, because a lot of people know what I'm about to say is the truth. Sometimes you think you know a person, and then all of a sudden you're like, wow, what happened? And the same, we say the same thing. They never used to be like that. But what it is they always was like that. It was just buried, so you never seen it. That's how I feel. I don't feel that somebody just become irate, overnight, or irate just because you say something or do something they don't like. They always had that in them, and it's just coming out, and it's not your fault. It's something that they have to deal with, you know. So, when you can say something, or just like somebody say, like, you're dating somebody, you're married to somebody, and every time when they get upset, like all they do is cuss or curse. I don't know. I think I'm in the north. I'm in New York. We say curse. I know down south say cuss, and I think what the West Coast say cuss. Africa, Australia, Canada. I don't know what y'all say. Cuss. I know it's a little different though. I mean, I always got to throw in a joke or something like that. But back to the subject at hand is, if the person's been abused mentally or physically or whatever, or financially, because you could be abused financially too. It's like, let me give you an example. So like if, you're married to somebody, you're in a relationship, and every time when you want money from them, they don't want to give it to you, or every time when y'all go out, they want to control the money or what's being bought, or what is going to, say like you want to go hang out with your friends or whatever, or buy something, they always have an excuse to why you shouldn't buy it. That's financially abuse, because they're not giving you freedom. They're keeping a tight grip on the finances. Whether if it's the two of yours, or whether if it's theirs. They still not giving you that leverage to be like, to make you feel like you're a person. So that's another past experience that sometimes when we meet people, it may come out, it may not come out. And another thing is cheating. Cheating is big because that's one of the things that in my dating career, I don't mean like a career like like I have credits and stuff like that, like college credits, but cheating is big because I know sometimes this is something like for single people. I say that. I don't think this should fit for like married people. If you marry somebody, you shouldn't be you shouldn't be thinking about if your partner is cheating. And I can't speak for everybody. I'm just speaking in general because I don't know everybody's situation and I don't know everybody. But if you're married, you shouldn't be thinking like that. It could be two things. Sometimes people say, "Oh, what did you do to make them think that way or think like that?" Sometimes it's not what you do. Sometimes it's that person passed and they just haven't gotten over that part of their past with their partners cheating on them. So they will accuse you of doing it or accusing you or whatever. I'm not going to get that deep into that sector, but cheating is something that can damage a person. It can definitely damage a relationship, because and we suffer from it. Some people suffer from it, and I mean, it's not good, but it's not good. Shout out to T. T. LaShawn said, "I agree." I don't know if she was agreeing to. I don't know what she was agreeing to. I'm gonna ask her right now. What was you agreeing to? Yeah. But yeah. So I think that cheating is something that can damage your relationship. Thoughts of your partner cheating is bad. Is bad. Is bad. Is bad. Is bad. Okay. T. LaShawn said, I was cheated on for a long time, and I forgave the person who cheated, but they kept doing it. So, does that mean, Tealishawn, that you think that your next partner would cheat? Or have you gotten over it? Or you just expressing his character? Oh, she says, oh, I was agreeing on the cheating part. So, yeah, I think that that's, that could be like really critical. Damn, time is flying. It's 10:50. Either time is flying or I'm really stretching this conversation. I'm really stretching this show. Okay, another one that that I know a lot of women deal with dating or being even married is pornography. Pornography is, that's okay. I would say pornography is that's not, you can probably agree with me. Pornography is not something that happened overnight. Some guy didn't just pick up, a sex tape, or then pick up a magazine, or picked up, whatever, and just said, oh man, I gotta watch this. I gotta watch. That's something that's generated from his past, and some women have to, they don't want to deal with it, but they have to go through it. They may not cope with it, but I told you I was going to use that word again. But, it's something that's from their past. So what do? Do you get him counseling for that? Do you leave him for that? Do you accept it? Everybody's different. One woman could say, hey, I leave. Then the other woman's like, oh, if he watch it, then, he get his rocks off and then he do me well. Like, just like, you take your man to, a strip joint, and he's like, his eyes about to pop out his head. Then, when he get you home, he take it out on you. Hey. Strategize and improvise. But let me stop. That's like the second thing I went to on that. Trying to chill. Okay. Another one is drugs and alcohol. Drugs and alcohol is big. That definitely can stem from a person's past. And it may take you a while to know that they're doing drugs. You may not know right away. Or you might know that they're doing one drug and it might be light, and then they start doing a heavy drug, and then it's like either us and the kids, either me and the kids, or we leaving, So, any situation like that is never good, but. That's another thing that we have to, sometimes, go through. It's life, and we try to make things, so perfect, but sometimes, a person's past is a person's flaw. Sometimes we can dodge them, sometimes we can't. Now I'm gonna jump on this part of it because I know I said that I was. Now, the person should be able to get over their past, whatever it is. I know I'm saying that, I'm making it sound easy, but I'm just speaking in general that a person should get over their past before they enter any new relationship. They definitely shouldn't dwell on it, and they definitely shouldn't put somebody through what they're going through. They should either seek professional counseling, go to your priest, your pastor, read the Bible, meditate, do yoga, something, to heal yourself, or just stay single until you get over it. But, if you know that you have certain flaws that that's not right, if you can detect them, because some people, like some of us, have underlying issues and we don't even know, but just other people see it, and we always think that we just so perfect and so 100% right, and it's just nothing wrong with us because we are just so perfect. But yeah, so you should never take it out on the next person, and the person that's dealing with or having patience with their partner that may have some issues in the past. One thing that they shouldn't do is they shouldn't bring it up. They should not bring it up. They should not, if you know that your partner was cheated on, your partner was called out their name, if you know your partner was hit, if you know your partner went through a bad childhood and something happened in their childhood and they told it to you, you shouldn't throw it in their face in the argument. That's a no-no. That's a no-no. I know some people do it, some people don't, but I'm just saying that that's a no-no. Never do that. If you know something happened to a person, in their teenage years and, I don't know what, they got jumped. They got jumped and maybe suffered like a fractured jaw or whatever. Don't bring that up in an argument. That's not good. It's not right. They confide in you to tell you something personal. You should keep it to yourself. If you're gonna throw back up in somebody's face a trauma that they went through in their life, then for one thing, you can't be like, oh, I love you, but then you're doing something like that. And the second thing, you can't keep secrets because that's a secret. So you can't keep secrets. If they telling you that pillow love talk and they telling you stuff that maybe their best friend don't even know, and then you throw it back up in their face, you already told somebody. You told them. You told your neighbors. If you're yelling, somebody heard you. So you're not keeping a secret. So that's not cool. So I just want to close this out. We're coming to the 2-minute mark, like football. I just want to close this out of like how to deal with this. Cope with this, how to have patience, how to have understanding with your partner. One of the things is just listen. Listen. If they talking to you, listen. Don't be into the TV. Don't be texting. Don't be start singing while they talking. I mean, some people get comfortable, and that's how a lot of relationships have tension, and sometimes that's how relationships end, because people get comfortable. They feel like they don't have to do the stuff that they did in the beginning to get the person. But yeah, listen to them. Listen to detail. Listen to detail. It's like if you ask somebody what color they like, and they tell you the color. Okay, my favorite color is gray, for instance. No, I don't want no gray roses, no gray heart for Valentine's Day. But I'm just saying, I like gray, different shades of gray. Listen to detail, because if they tell you something like that, then not to bring that up again, not to ask them. Say for instance, if somebody tell you like, oh, my ex, used to put hot fudge in my ear and then lick it. I hate that. I can't stand that. We always used to get into an argument. Don't try to get sexy one day, or don't try to get sexy on Valentine's Day and go out and buy hot fudge and put it in your partner's ear and then try to lick it out. They told you already that they don't like that. Put the fudge somewhere else. There's so many places on the body you can play with fudge, but not in their ear if they don't like it. I'm gonna do a freaky after dark segment. Sometimes ask questions. Ask them questions. Why they talking? Why they explaining it to you? Ask them questions. because sometimes when you ask them questions instead of just listening, you know, it makes them feel more comfortable, more content, you know, that you care. Um, you know, sometimes not saying something is good, and sometimes not saying something is bad. You know, depends on how you do it and the timing. And also, um, don't do anything that might remind them of their past. You know, if you're living with somebody and they say that their partner always used to come in, you know, late, or they never beat the sun, you know, don't do that. You know, don't do that. I mean, because you know, you can tell them like, oh, I'm not like this person, but then you're doing like the same things. You know, of course you're not that person, but you know your characteristics is, you know, not different. You know, and when you meet somebody, you want that person to feel that they met the person of their lives, or they met somebody, they met their soulmate, whatever you want to call it, their partner. You know, you don't want them to feel like they're reliving their past. You know, so be different. You know, of course be who you are. I'm not saying that, but you know, just don't be an idiot. You know what I'm saying? Don't be an idiot. You know, nobody have time for that. You know, so yeah, so that's basically it. And you know, have patience with your partner. Talk to them. You know, try to, you know, just be unique. Love them. Give them a love that they never felt before. You know, give them something different. If you're just dating somebody and you see that they have issues and they just keep bringing up their past and keep bringing up what hurt them, I mean, you have to make that judgment. You know, like I told you, I say it on my blog, you know, I never encourage people to leave. I never encourage that. You know, the only time I would say that I might say leave is if it's fighting going on, physical fighting, and there's children involved. There's children in the house, and you guys is throwing blows, throwing stuff, cutting each other. You know, that's not safe. You know, but anything else, I don't encourage people to leave. You know, I try to stay out of that because I know it's feeling still there. And sometimes you can resolve issues without just getting up leaving. I think people give up too quick today because they don't trust. They have their own issues, insecurities. So that's why, you know, the single rate is not high just because it's people out there cheating. Some people just give up too easy, you know, and just run away from things. And, you know, we all see it. You know, social media is basically the life of what's going on around us. You know, it's just digital and viral. But, you know, I still believe that it's a lot of great relationships out there. I believe there's a great amount of marriages out there. We see people around us still getting married each and every day. So, you know, it's not something that died. We just can't let that faith and that hope die in us and that love die in us, because, you know, we shouldn't be trying to do what the world do. We should be doing what we feel that's right for us and for the people around us that we love and love us back. So I would like to thank you. I'm 4 minutes past the mark. I would like to thank you for tuning in. Please comment. You can still comment even after the show is over. You can still comment on the show. I will respond to the comments if you leave any. You can't chat after the show though, because the chat is live. It's real time. The chat is real time, which is cool. You know, so I really like that. You know, because you can engage back and forth. And you know, don't forget to follow the station. Please follow the station. That way, you get notifications. You can chat live. You can comment. That's the only way you can chat live is to follow the station, and also follow the Facebook page, Qualities of a Good Man, and also follow the Twitter page, Qualities of a Good Man, and also tune in every Tuesday, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And, let's help each other. Let's help this world a better place. Let's encourage each other. Let's give each other knowledge. That's what we're all here for, at the end of the day. And at the beginning of the day, too. Different people wake up for different reasons. But some of us wake up to help somebody or encouraging somebody, because not every time somebody wake up with the strength. And I know I don't wake up with the strength every morning. I'll be honest, and sometimes I have to find that inspiration myself, but that's very important. And, so please tell a friend. I want to give a shout out to Spreaker for giving this platform. I want to give a shout out to everybody worldwide, UK, Canada, South America, Africa, Spain, the Middle East, everybody. I'm trying to get all of you guys on this show. That'd be nice because I have like over 87, close to 88,000 fans worldwide. So I'm trying to get all you guys here. So please share the word, spread it. Happy Valentine's Day once again. If you're single, don't worry about it. Just play some nice music. Just play some nice music, and before you know it'll be Saturday or go out. A lot of times they have events. They have events that events for single people. So if you're not doing anything, maybe you can probably jump on that. Do something like that. Which would be cool. But so I would like to thank you once again for tuning in into the show. And I'm going to be out. I'm trying to find this song. I can't. What the heck is this song? I'm trying to find this song. I just play anything. All right. Peace, y'all. Love, peace, and happiness.
You're listening to Spark 95.0 Radio with Qualities on the Tuesday Talk with Quality show, where entertainment, real talk, and inspiration collide. Stay tuned because you will be inspired, empowered, and ready to elevate.